I don't even really care if this video doesn't do that well. I have to expose the simps. Like in this video, I'm not going to show any chicks. Because here's the problem in modernity, right? Is that men will always be blamed for everything. If you are a man, just understand that your value to life is only what you are able to provide to anyone, to anything, to any community. That's it. No one cares. Okay? And so, and only women and children and pets can get, passes. Even a wild animal, all of that stuff can get passes. Because especially animals, they go off instinct. It's not personal. Children get a pass to an extent. If a girl or a boy whining and she's like 7 years old, they'll just say, stop crying, you're not a baby anymore. Man is always man up. But for women who are like 35 years old, it's still somehow, the men's fault. It's never who they choose to lay down with in their early 20s, in their prime. So I just want men to always understand that. Now in this video, I'm going to expose two betas, two simps. To me, you are a beta if you don't hold both sides accountable because they are women. You want to be able to always blame the men because, you guys are afraid of rejection. Be a man, and but it's not the fact that men have good reasons to be afraid of rejection. Not because, you hurt my feelings and I don't get access to you. It's more of what comes with that. The theatrics, the online. Women like to run to TikTok like it's their personal diary, bash men, and then, complain where all the good men at. So in this video, I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to give my commentary and my thoughts, and you guys let me know what you guys think of these two clips.
We live in a generation where women have become men because men are too busy being the princess. And I'm not even talking about how you ladies are buying yourself flowers or planning your own birthday, making the reservation, handling finances. Or am I talking about how men won't approach women anymore or make the first move because they're scared of rejection or they don't want to come off like a creep? Which, by the way, guys, if you have any charisma, you don't have to worry about this. That's why 5% of the guys get all the dates while you sit around and talk shit on those guys on some Reddit forum. No, I'm talking more about like jumping a car battery. It shouldn't be like, oh babe, I don't want to touch it. It looks scary. I don't want to shock myself. Let's go ask somebody else. Let's go ask another man. Some guys these days know what a balayage is, but don't know how to change the oil. I heard a story recently, and I don't know if it's true, but I wouldn't be surprised, about how this couple got robbed and the guy wanted her purse, and her boyfriend ran away. I had a comment on one of my videos, and this lady said that her husband told her to get the rest of the groceries because those ones were too heavy. A lot of women have learned to give themselves what men stopped giving, but even more recently, it seems a lot of guys don't even know how to do these things for themselves.
Okay, so this got to be like a fatherless man, or he hasn't grown up with like all sisters, right? I'm just trying to. So he said something very interesting, right? He said this is why 5% of men are getting all the dates. Could it also possibly be that a lot of the guys that are getting these dates are, let's say, at least 6 foot plus, maybe making decent money, maybe very good looking? Because women did say that they find 80% of guys unattractive. Even though that doesn't even make sense. There are some decent looking dudes and some very mid looking chicks with makeup on, by the way. Oh my God, I just had to say this. Saw this one chick at my job. I need her to forever wear makeup, bathe in it. She scared the hell out of me when she had it off. Oh my God. I don't want to talk about that because it's just going to give me nightmares. I got to sleep at some point, right? But this clown just said 5% because you guys are just not basically being manly, and you have to know how to do all of this stuff, and the chicks are buying all of these things. This is the stuff, and the thing that bothers me the most is because this is the thing. This is the man that would get screwed over by women just as much. This is an average looking dude himself. This is not somebody who looked like movie star or whatever. This is an average looking dude. I don't know how tall he is. I don't care. He'll still get dunked on easily. But I'm just saying, like, to just sit there and insinuate that with no data, not even pointing out. Think about the dating apps, okay? More guys on dating apps than there are women that are on dating apps. So for women, they're like the queens of that. Like, you have to pretty much find a girl, and then you have to think she's getting all these DMs of, she gets to sort them out, and maybe she'll find that one guy that she truly likes. But you got to think, because there's so many guys that's getting, swiped left on, That one guy she finds that's very attractive, that top small percent, top 15, 10% of guys, he's going to be able to have his way because she knows that she's getting all the pick of the litter that she just doesn't even want. But see, he doesn't even go into that. He just says, just don't be weird. Just don't be creepy. Yeah, just be tall enough. And let me tell you this. I'm going to be honest. I don't think all women obviously care if a guy is 6 foot and whatever. They just generally, I believe, just want you to at least be taller than them. But they're the ones that are saying, I need a guy that's 6. Like I'm watching the whatever podcast. The girl literally on the show says she don't care about height. I'm 5'4". I would date a guy 5'5". Brian asks her, okay, so what was like your last boyfriend's height? 6'4". Like 6'4". This is the thing I'm talking about. A foot taller than you. That he just happens to be 6'4". You just happen to just find his personality. I'm not telling men to not put their best foot forward. Anybody who watched my content for the past month now, you at least understand and know that I'm about that. Like, hey, still get your haircut, still go out and work out, still try to, at least every now and then, just go out to a bar and just be available. I get that. I'm not knocking that. You still have to be around people. But when you sit there and you have people literally just blaming me, there was no accountability on the women that she's choosing dudes that are way above her league. Oh my God, there are chicks that are still, see, I want you to understand this as men, and this is like real stuff, right? Your value is only what you can provide. Whether it's financially, maybe it's strength, protection, okay? And most guys are unfit. Most women are unfit. 75% of Americans are obese, okay? So you still, so just even, I don't care what height you are, even if you're working out and putting your best foot forward, still do that just for yourself so you can make better decisions. But that still does not mean that you do not find women in this country, especially in the West, that is still with this mindset of, well, I'm not settling. Oh boy, I gotta do a video of this one chick. She literally said, I'm not settling. Her head looked like an almond nut. Like it's I'm not settling. Pounds of makeup on. Dude, when I tell you that chick at my job, bro, I would be so afraid if I ever like, if you ever just took that home and you wake up next to that and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and you just see the makeup smeared off. When I tell you what I saw, dude, oh my God. This is why y'all can't just be wearing that all day and then be thinking it's like cool to take that off, man. Oh my God. Hair wasn't even, oh my God. But yeah, dude's basically a beta. It's not that men have a guy how to be men. It's just that we just don't want to waste our time. That's all it is. We don't want to waste our time. We got our boundaries and we know too much now. We've seen a lot. We've seen exactly what they didn't think that we were going to see. This next clip I'm just going to show is about this one guy. He's a black guy. He was just telling us to make our presence known, you know, because again, it's all about females and what they want and how weird it looked. Take a look.
All right, I'm seeing something that's going on. Went to the Houston rodeo, seen our people. The shit was amazing. Another thing I noticed though, man, fellas, men, hey bro, we gotta get back to approaching women, bro. We gotta get back to approaching women. It don't matter if they talking about, oh, they don't want to talk and all that shit. You know, we'll find that out after we speak. That the Black Heritage Night, I seen a lot of men eyeballing women and they're not speaking. Like I seen a lot of women like looking the man up and down like, I see you looking, brother. What you gonna say? Say, dog. Social media is taking us out of context, bro. Dudes not shooting a shot no more. I thought the females was just complaining about something else. I seen it with my own 2 eyes. Me, I'ma shoot my shot. If I like you and I want you, I'm coming get you. I'ma try. You gonna have to tell me no. I'll take 100 no's to get one yes. So ladies, as mad as I don't want to agree, you all are kind of right, bro. Dudes acting like they scared to speak to y'all in person. Like, so I don't know what's going on with this feminine energy, but this ain't me. This ain't my homeboys. Hey, bro.
Now, outside of the fact that he looked like a pure iguana, okay, talk about some dude acting real scary, you need the feminine energy. Like, yo, it's this narrative that we're scared as if like we've never been rejected before, bro. I'm 35 years old. I was before the social media age. Okay. I was like right before like the dating apps, bro, including MySpace back in the day, Blink and Tag and all that stuff. It ain't about somebody telling me no. Hell, it's not even all the time, even though it's a huge part of the fridge protector, which are her big fat friends or friend that always have to cock block. It's what's possibly, it's two things, or at least three. I'm going to say at least two of them, right? It's possibly the theatrics, whether it's in person or online, which again, that's always been possibly a thing. Or it's the fact that like, hey, we also see women constantly 25-8 talk about their preferences. And if you're not at least 6, if your height don't even start with at least a 6, why even bother? You now understand like only 14% of men are over 6 feet tall. Okay, that alone is, and mind you, from the first clip, right? Guys have to know how to do all this. Guys have to know how to do all that. Yet their baby daddy, who is probably in prison, got a knife up every night and fight for commissary, or probably just a pure bum. Guarantee he didn't even have a job. And what he's likely saying, that like the guy from the first clip is, oh, you just have to lead, basically be a man and lead and do all of these things. But what they're not caring to understand, and it's weird because he's a man, you would think he would get it, is that men are recognizing, seeing that, wait a minute, so you want us in your later years when money and all that stuff and being a man and all that stuff actually matters. That means you see a man go to work every day. You see that he's hustling, he's about something. That actually matters now, especially because you got a kid and you're thinking about, I got to make sure that somebody can help take care of me and mine. But what about what the man is inheriting? Is he inheriting a woman, a virtuous woman, a woman that's in shape? Remember, what? 80% of women are unfit. Okay, the average woman weighs 171. And for my black brothers out here, our average woman starts out average at the, and mind you, BMI metrics, right? 5'4" to 5'5". That's women's average height. Our black women height and average weight is 5'4", 5'5", 187. Average. Pushing 200. Okay? So you want us in your later years, while mind you, what 20-year-old boy is really having his stuff together? What 20-year-old boy is really getting his money? Most of them are horny out here just trying to, bust something. That's it. And so for the dude in the second clip to talk about something, y'all up here scared, I don't care about what they say, man. Y'all just got to, first off, stop worrying about what other men are doing in that sense. Like, you at the rodeo and you trying to look at some hoes. Look at them hoes then. Why are you looking at us, not looking at you, or just looking? Like, what time are you on? Like, who are you up there to see at this point? Like, who are you looking at? And like I said, I don't need this video. I mean, sure, it'd be nice. I mean, my channel is starting to do better with my content, granted. I don't want to just do these type of content, though. I do want to talk about, like, just the everyday struggle, trying to get a job and stuff like that for those who are looking. I'm good. I got mine, but I'm just saying in general, like I said, a lot of people are just going through it, and it will sort of ties into my content because, dating, being single, I'll say this, being single for women is more expensive, but for men to be in a relationship, it's more expensive, if that makes sense. So usually the saying goes, it's more expensive for men to be in relationships, but it's more expensive for women to be single. And you see, there are a lot of women, if you look on TikTok, there's a lot of people who are homeless, women living in cars, men living in cars as well. They're living, so I do want to talk about that a little bit too. Jobs, how not to get fired and be stupid, be careful, right? But my point is, it's just that I don't like this narrative that it's because we're scared. No, men are just tired. How about that? Could that possibly be it? Could it be that we're just tired and like we've seen enough? Could it be that we don't see a lot of women online actually being feminine with their energy and being soft, but they're up there trying to call us, soy boys, or we're this and we're in our sassy era and all of this stuff? Could that possibly be it? Why is that like never the possibility? I can understand why women would make these posts because they're just purposely incoherent. Like, they don't care. They go off they're ruled by their emotions. But when I see a man sitting here still telling you, despite all odds, still just do it anyway, be a man. and then say something stupid like, this is why 5% of the guys are getting, yeah, okay. Because it's all about that. There's too many dudes that having kids by this, too many women having kids by the same type of dude, the small percentages of dudes. And that dude, and these are the same dudes that they talk about, he don't do nothing for my child, he don't do nothing. And you comparing us men who will actually work hard to them? This is why you Sims needs to be jawed. Like chin check really quickly. Because it's like, you're like, bro, she's not gonna let you smash. I don't know. Like a lot of the time, I think these guys do that so they can get the chicks in the comments. Because if you notice, when there's a woman holding another woman accountable, you don't see women in the comments. You will rarely see them going back and forth with guys. And if you see a dudes talking about these chicks ain't on nothing, they ain't this, that, you ain't gonna see girls defending themselves in the comments. But you'll see them in the comments if girls calling out dudes. You'll see them in the comments, and you'll definitely see them in the comments if you see a dude calling out dudes. And I ain't talking about because you're being lazy, because I always say at the end of the day, still leave with your best foot forward. That's me. But when you sit here and you got dudes up here telling you, just look at the divorce rates. Okay? Even guys with all these athletes, these celebrities who making unrealistic money, money that most people will never see, and their wife still left them and took the money. And you're telling us to just do it? You idiot. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. This is why I'm very careful who I have this conversation with, because I don't need them saying something. And I ain't the type of person that's going to risk my life and my future or just offer an opinion. But it's just like, bro, don't talk to me. Be a beta and that's fine. Get used and just be her friend. You will always be friend zoned if you're that type of dude that always look at both sides. Am I telling any guys to just watch porn, stay in the house because these girls ain't worth it? No, I'm not saying that. Although I will tell you this, part of me can't even, it's not good to watch any of these things. It's not good to stay on that. It's not good. But at the same time, it's like, man, the future is bleak. And so to a degree, it's almost like you either damn if you do talk to these chicks and risk it and risk your energy and your time, your money. Again, don't give up your ATM, your attention, time, and money to just anyone. So you either, but I do believe in bettering yourself as a man at the end of the day. Make as much money as you need to, but invest in yourself and your mental health. But don't sit here and just do it at your own time. If you talk to a chick, ain't nothing wrong with talking to her and saying hello. I get that, but have your boundaries at the end of the day. I don't want to make this too long. I appreciate those who are listening. You guys let me know what you think of these two simps in the comments. Please let me know. Okay. And if you agree with them, that's fine too. It is what it is. But I don't think most people would disagree with my message because I'm holding both parties accountable. I just said I need men to always step it up and grind and do what they need to do. I'm not telling you to just give up on life. But if you're going to do these things, you lead with boundaries. And if she don't want to be around you and she thinking that, oh no, you doing too much, cool. All right, bye. Because you can't miss something you've never had. Stay locked in, fellas, and knock down your free throws.